anyway, I was parked in the back parking lot, or excuse me, the closer parking lot because I was working the night shift, so I was able to park in the closer parking lot. Now, the parking lot layout is a little bit interesting. It's basically 3 double rows, and like some parallel parking on the side by a fence. They stuff as many people into this parking lot as they possibly can. There's no question about that. Which way do I need to go? This way. This way. So there's where the exit is actually, it's a double gate for an in lane and an out lane, and it's actually the opposite that you'd think it is. The out lane is on the left and the in lane is on the right, but it's so that you can reach out your driver window and swipe your badge, because you have to swipe your badge on a plate to open the gate. And the middle row of the parking lot basically goes straight into the gates, whereas the left and the right, the second and the third rows, you actually have to merge into kind of like the middle row right by the gate. They all just kind of converge down there at the end. So when you're going in the morning, a lot of times it's people just like racing to see who can be the first one to get to the gate, because they don't want to wait. They don't want to let anybody else out first. They're going to be the ones that get out of there first. I thought I saw a witch hut over here, is why I was moving on. Is that a witch hut right there? Or is that just a hill? That's just a hill. So now I'm stuck in the water. Oh well. So you have to watch what other people do, because a lot of people don't pay attention to, and they try to, you can very much risk getting hit when you're leaving work in the morning, because people want to get the hell out of there. They worked for 12-hour shifts. Everybody's tired. They want to get the hell out of there. It's often cold, so people aren't paying as much attention when it's cold. That's just a fact. People don't pay as much attention to the cold. I don't know if that's really a fact at all, but I will claim that it is. So you're a big bunny. I was feeding a small bunny. Interesting. So I was leaving work the other day, and I was in like the right lane, and I looked over the right row, so I have to merge into the middle row at the very end. And I looked over and I saw that there was somebody in the left row, not the middle row, but somebody in the left row at about the same point that I was over on their side. So I knew it was going to be like a race between him and I to get to the end. And not that it was really a race, but I noticed him, and then I noticed he noticed me and sped up so that he could be the first guy to get there. Like, okay, whatever. No big deal. Doesn't really bother me that much. So he gets to the gate first. So he's sitting at the gate, and you could tell he starts looking down to his right, and he starts shuffling through like his passenger seat, and then you can see him pick up, after about 10 seconds, he picks up a bag and moves it over to his lap and starts shuffling through it more. He obviously was looking for his badge. It was pretty easy to tell. Now, for one, that baffles me as it is anyway, because you just left work, you've had your badge on, you have to use the badge to get out of the parking lot. You should know this if you drove there, but constantly people, they put their badge away before using it to get out of the parking lot, and then they end up sitting at this gate shuffling through their bag looking for the badge that they just had on that they shouldn't have put away in the first place. So that gets frustrating. But I'm watching this guy digging through his bag, and he's digging through it for a good solid 30 seconds, obviously unable to find this badge that he just threw in there. So the other problem with this parking lot, though, is when somebody comes in, if you have a big enough vehicle and you're at the gate trying to get out, people can't always get around you into the aisle to where you need to park, because of the fact of just, it's a very small parking lot that they literally stuffed things into, just very much stuffed things into to get as much space as they could out of this parking lot. So this guy was driving like an excursion or something. It was a big SUV. So this lady had pulled in the parking lot as he was trying to leave, and was now waiting to turn to the side and couldn't, because he was kind of blocking her ability to get around him. So she's sitting there kind of patiently waiting for him to get his badge out and, swipe his badge and be able to leave the parking lot. So I'm sitting behind this guy, and I'm just now like, come on, man. Not only did you race in front of me, but you're sitting there without your badge. You're not even ready to leave. So now I'm waiting on you, the fact that you weren't ready because you wanted to be the first one to get to this gate. So this lady, I make eye contact with this lady who's waiting for this guy to move so that she can, enter the parking lot. And I just kind of like do a little hand signal to her, one of those hand signals of, dude, what is taking this guy so long? And you guys are going to think I'm an asshole for this, But hear me out. Listen to the rest of the story first before you judge. So then another 10 or 15 seconds goes by. This guy is still obviously, he's like frantic at this point. You can tell, when somebody's like, waiting on you and you just can't coordinate yourself and you're trying to do things, but your hands don't listen to what your brain is telling them that they should be doing, and everything's all confusing. And I finally reached down and I beeped my horn. Not one of those super long, like, meeps, but one of those beep, meep, like, come on, man, hurry up. And I didn't beat my horn because I'm the asshole that's like, fuck you for taking too long. I'm going to beat my horn at you. I beeped it because, so the guy, let me explain. The guy then obviously he's trying to signal to me what he's doing. I beep the horn. He sits up, he looks backwards, he looks at me, and he does that little like shoulder shrug thing. And he starts reaching out his window and pointing at the badge reader in the gate, and he's trying to signal to me, come on, man, I can't move, I can't get to my badge, I've got to be able to get my badge out, I can't get my badge, oh crap, I can't get my badge out, so therefore I can't get out of here, so don't beep at me. He's like giving me the hand signals up. What do you want me to do? This is what I gotta do this. The lady in the car, you could tell she just starts chuckling because we both noticed the same thing that this guy had not noticed. And then I yelled out my window to him. I was like, dude, the gate is open. And the lady starts cracking up at this point. This guy was so focused on finding his badge that he had put away for whatever reason after work that he neglected to realize that the whole time that he's sitting there, the gate is open. Occasionally the gate is open because it malfunctions, so let's go open it up. It's open, I would say, 50% of the time when I work a night shift, when I leave in the morning, at this one particular parking lot. The gate is 50% of the time, it's open. So he's sitting there wasting everybody's time looking for a badge that he doesn't need because the gate's open the entire time. So I'm sitting there, after I yelled out the window, the gate is open, this lady starts cracking up in the car next to me because she is like, or next to him that she can't get around him, because she is just like, oh my God, what an idiot. Like, the guy continues to look for his badge. I beeped again really quickly and just yelled out the window again. I was like, God, the gate is open, just go, just go. And he kept making the hand signals to me. He must not have been able to hear me or didn't understand what I was saying or something, because he kept making hand signals to me like, looking for my badge, looking for my badge. Finally, he pulls up his badge. He reaches out his window. He swipes the badge reader. And then he still sits there for another like 10 seconds. And I think it was this time that the realization started to go through his head that the gate had been open. Like, he was waiting for the gate to open after he swiped his badge, and when he didn't see the gate open, he didn't know what to do for a minute. And then I think it like finally slowly registered in his mind that, oh, I didn't see the gate open because the gate is already open. The gate has been open this entire time. And then he like drove out of the parking lot like super fast. Like, if he got out of there faster, that I would not find it nearly as funny, or that I would not be able to make, like I was gonna go pull up like next to him and start making fun of him like on the road, like race up next to him and be like, haha, you didn't notice the gate was open. Like, he peeled out of there when he realized, oh, look at all these bunnies. Am I not going the right way? I don't recall us having this many bunnies anywhere near the house. Where am I trying to get to? If I wrote down these coordinates right, I need to get to 500. I'm not going the right way. I started going the wrong way. No wonder. Well, I think we're not going to make it home in this episode. I just looped myself right back around to the same level of X that we started at. But that's okay, because we found a cave that looks extremely scary. But I'm going to call this episode good. Hope you guys enjoyed the stories. Hope you guys go check out jsano19.com. Let me know what you like about the site, what you don't like about the site, what I could do better, and we will go from there. But until then, guys, I'll see you next time.